Alright. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Diamond in the Rough. Up here in the top right-hand side, the hero, the protagonist of this series, the Terran who refuses to play normal and instead likes to do creative and weird shit. In the top right, representing Storm Gaming, it is RuFF. His opponent in the bottom left, representing RBTH, Terran player Crown. Alright, Pillars of Gold and RuFF already starting off with that low ground wall off, which, I mean, kind of a weird choice in TVT, right? But we know that RuFF just loves these wall offs, limit his opponent's movement, technically stops Reapers jumping in, which means he only has to worry about the high ground area. Hellion run-by is not going to be a concern either once he has this wall off up. Whilst Crown is going for a much more standard opening barracks into double gas and an SCV scout, so very safe play here from Crown. Just going to go across this map and check what's up. Never a bad idea. You never know when RuFF is going to try and float a barracks into your main, you know, do some sort of crazy strategy. I mean, it's always going to be crazy. It's just, will it be all in or not? I guess it's the big question that we always have on our lips, isn't it? And I haven't seen too much of RuFF's TVT recently. I saw him definitely do some creative things with Mass Vikings in one of the last episodes. But I doubt that's a standard. I think that was probably a one-time special. SCV is going to come down here for RuFF. So he builds a tech lab immediately. Marauders, of course, very good at defending any early attack from your opponent. Now, I think RuFF must have gone, maybe went gas first here, as he's already got 100 gas, and he's going to go straight into the factory. Likewise for Crown. Crown, though, is building the Reaper. Now, I wouldn't mind that Reaper going straight across the map and trying to jump up on the high ground. RuFF, though, already beginning a wall off there as well with a depot. And are we going to see a Marauder for safety? Looks like RuFF not building a Marauder, no Ghost Academy either. He takes a delayed second gas in the main. There we go. Now that Marauder does queue on up. So going to keep him safe. Reaper is just chilling at home, though, for Crown, who has pulled a worker off each gas geyser, and he's going to be going for that quick command center on the low ground. And back at home, second and third worker put on that other gas as well. RuFF almost at 400 minerals. And it's actually going to time out quite nicely here because this SCV pops out. 400 minerals are ready. So he can put that command center down immediately. Waits for the tech lab to land. And that lines up really well. So the Cyclone starts almost instantly as well. Marauder on the high ground. Cyclone building on the low ground. That's a very solid defensive setup. And two Reapers not going to be happy to run into that. If you guys are a fan of Crown, let's maybe hope he jumps away as soon as he sees that Marauder. Get out of there before that Cyclone joins in. It's already Magfield on the way behind this for RuFF. The Reapers jump up to the high ground and wisely disengage. Crown's going to poke the natural, but oh, that Cyclone's going to pop out in a moment. RuFF changes the rally point to the front. And he says, oh, free kills. Yes, please. The Cyclone going to lock on to take one of those Reapers out. Its jetpack just explodes. And behind this is just building more depots. A quick third and fourth gas, of course. RuFF, always one who wants that tech. He's going to go Magfield Cyclones to kick things off. His opponent on the other side, Crown, does get a single Cyclone. Has a slightly faster command center and does have a starport up a lot quicker. So, I mean, no one's really massively ahead at the moment. RuFF is going to float his barracks across and send a Marauder out, so maybe looking for some Cyclone pressure. Magfield done in about 40 seconds. Second Cyclone will be out momentarily as well. Behind this, two starports on the way. So I think RuFF is going to look to distract his opponent, sending workers down here to mine those gases on the expand. And those two starports on the way. Going to transition on into air. What do we got? A tank is almost out, though. That tank should keep Crown completely safe from these Cyclones. Cyclone's going to see if they can find a way in. Ooh, Reaper. There's no concussive shells, but Crown does at least get warning that there's a Marauder out there. Got to be careful, though. It's almost bait. Those two Cyclones would love you to come after that Marauder, because then those Cyclones are going to have a good time picking you off. Now, that Reaper, he does not want that to scout, because right now we see a Fusion Core is on the way in the main base there for RuFF. He's going to be going to Starport. And those Cyclones not quick enough to get home. Oh, this is so bad. Oh, this is so bad. He gets in there, he sees two starports with tech labs. Even if he doesn't see the Fusion Core, I mean, that alone is enough of a tell, in my opinion. Seeing the Fusion Core would be very nice, though. And already is building Ravens. By default, I imagine you want non-stop Viking production. Whether it's Raven or BCs, it's the same answer. Get a couple of your own Ravens initially to block their spellcasters, their battlecruisers from teleporting out, their Ravens. block the battlecruisers from fighting as well, and then just make a lot of Vikings. So RuFF, I think he's going to need to tech switch out of this pretty quickly, unless he can really get some momentum and some damage going. And you can see here the barracks here. Okay, he's going to try and spot the high ground. All the units are in the low ground. If he can spot that cyclone and then run in, he's going to look for the double lock. Look for the double lock. Oh, a tank comes forward. He's going to go for the siege tank, but the other tank does land a hit on him. But he gets the lock, takes out a siege tank. Not bad. Cyclone for a tank. A good start here for RuFF. The fancy high ground barracks float. Could he get the cyclone as well? Oh, no, pull out. Okay, he does get it. He gets it. He does take a tank shot. This tank over here, man, you wouldn't think it, but it actually does cover a little bit of that area. But well done by RuFF. Trades a cyclone for a cyclone and a tank. Behind this, the first two battlecruisers are on the way. Yamato is on the way as well. That weapon refit going to give the Yamato cannon to those. And an SCV going out to take a third base. Oh, praise the Lord. So many of RuFF's builds, I've really been wishing he would just get a quicker third with in recent past. And, you know, it's so nice to see that one going down. You see his natural is still quite undersaturated here. Really needs to get his SCV production going. But interestingly, he's still building a third battlecruiser. Now, I got to say, when it's been scouted this early, it's going to be hard to do anything with battlecruisers. You really need to hide it when you commit this much. Just a single battlecruiser, okay, cool. You could poke around, pick off an SCV or two, get out. Doesn't matter. But when you're building them two at a time, it's a huge investment. I feel like he desperately needs to build more factories right now. Just two cyclones is not going to help you out on the ground. I don't know what you want to swap into against an opponent who's going, by the looks of it, biotank, just with a lot more Vikings that'll be coming out. Not many Vikings out just yet. Only two for now. Actually, there's almost nothing that shoots up. Crown does have two interference matrices available, though. I think RuFF might actually be able to just fight this. Oh, did he mess up? 5 Marines, 2 Vikings. That's all there was to shoot up there. He maybe could have just stood his ground. Now, it's obviously dangerous because you see those interference matrices coming out, and he actually did dodge one of them, by the way. You'll notice the Raven's much lower in energy now. So, I mean, he dodged some interference matrices. That's cool. But I kind of think he actually could have tanked a full interference matrix and then killed a unit or two and then teleported home. Just because Crown was so light on the anti-air. Crown's now building missile turrets everywhere, but I feel like the Viking count, the window is closing on when that vulnerability was there. Crown now has the second starport almost finished. RuFF, though, realizing the BCs probably aren't going to get it done, goes straight to a 4th base on location. Unfortunately, though, he hasn't been producing SCVs nonstop here. You could see that his SCV production's been a little inconsistent, so I feel like he's really got to rally out to these bases and get that going. And more importantly, where's the factory swap? You can't do this. You can't do this with just starports. He's got 1 extra factory. But if I were him, I'd be like, dude, you need to tech switch off this because those Vikings Ravens are going to be too good at shutting down the BCs. So I don't know how RuFF is going to be able to defend when Crown comes to push him. This is going to be really hard. Maybe, I don't think he should attack the front. If he comes in for a run by, Yamato's some turrets and kills a bunch of SCVs, that would be a good move. But he's going to try and just take out the Ravens. I think he's looking for the Yamato. RuFF looking for the Yamato, but, oh, he's got to watch out. RuFF, get out. Oh, no! He's getting shut down. 2 of those battlecruisers do go down. The Cyclones, though, get lock-ons on the Ravens, but they don't quite finish him off. He loses 2 of those Cyclones. There's only 1 left right now, and he's going to go for Yamato. I think he's got to teleport home. 1 BC is about to fall. It does fall, but actually a lot of the Vikings go down. As I talked about earlier, there's not that many Vikings. Oh, but Stim Marines and a Cyclone. He's got to get out. RuFF, run! Oh no, he missed the teleport. He missed the teleport on that second battlecruiser. So 2 BCs have gone down. This one, oh, he teleported too late again and again. Oh my god, every single battlecruiser went down. A massive, massive lapse in judgment and a screw up from RuFF. He had to save those. The whole point of this strategy is to not lose any BCs. If he lost just 1 alone, I'm so excited I'm hitting my keyboard. If he lost just 1, it would be acceptable. But any more than that, I mean, he's got 1 BC and no other fighting units right now. I think RuFF might just be dead. Honestly, I mean, what's he going to do? He's like, well, I'm making double air upgrades. He's doubling down on BCs after losing 4 BCs. This is the least tech switchy, least fluid version of RuFF I've ever seen. Normally, he's always doing one thing. He says, okay, you're going to counter that. I'll get the counter. I mean, I thought maybe he'd swap it to like Battle Mech or something, but because there's Marines as well, it's really hard. Now, combat shields did get forgotten by Crown. Got forgotten. Crown forgot about that upgrade, so his Marines are a little soft, but all right, RuFF. Get out, teleport. Oh, nicely timed. He dodges the interference matrix. As long as you start the teleport before it connects with you, it cannot disable. your teleport. So nicely done by RuFF there. You can see it does lock down the battlecruiser, but it's at home, gets repaired up, and is nice and safe. But Crown's done messing around. Crown is going to move across this map. 24 Marines, 4 tanks, a bunch of Vikings, and a Raven as well in the skies. And I just don't think there's much he can do about this. The Cyclone, oh, he accidentally goes behind the grass and breaks his own vision, so he isn't able to kill the Raven. And what's he got? A planetary, 3 battlecruisers, and a whole lot of nothing. He's making drilling claws and widow mines, but he's only got 2 factories behind this. He's trying to get some siege tanks out. That planetary taking big damage. He's going to start to repair the Cyclones. Battlecruisers, maybe he can Yamato the tanks, and that way defend the planetary, because there's no way he can fight that many Marines, Cyclone, and Vikings. Where's the Yamato? Oh, he's going for the Raven, I think. Oh, he goes for a Viking, but he loses a BC for it. RuFF needed to get rid of these tanks, I think. Oh no, he does get a lock on with the Cyclone and gets out of range of those siege tanks. Nicely done there by RuFF. Mass repair being used right now. What's he got? 2 Widow Mines, 2 BCs on the way. Drilling Claws is almost done. 1-1 ship weapons will kick in for RuFF. That's kind of what he's hoping for. Now this tank here is going to siege up on that angle. He's not quite in range of these units, but they do move into range. He might be able to take out that siege tank. Does get 2 shots on it, but no, his tank gets taken down. Oh, Widow Mine gets a hit on the Vikings. But this base is basically done. RuFF does now have 70 workers up. Ooh, Cyclone picks off a siege tank and then pulls on back. That tank taking out a few of these SCVs. The battlecruiser is doing what they can. 2-2 upgrades are on the way. 2 more starports going down in the main base. He's going to try and do a hard, continual progression into air. He's just doubling down on that, but I think losing this base. Oh, a nice micro Crown there. Saw the Cyclone came forward, retargeted his tanks, told them to stop shooting the planetary, and he got that Cyclone. And oh no, the battlecruisers are in trouble. Okay, he's going to get at least a Yamato off. 2 more BCs pop out, but they're getting annihilated by these. Okay, a couple more Yamatos come out. The Widow Mines try to burrow, but good micro by Crown. He teleports over here on top of the army. I think there's more Marines there than he bargained for, though. That's more than enough Marines to give him a very hard time, and RuFF is just getting absolutely brutalized. I mean, at the moment, Crown is like, well, you can repair this all day, but I mean, I'm just going to keep picking away at it. More starports on the way, ship weapons on the way, a second armory I believe is on the way as well here for Crown, who's on 2-2 bio, has still forgotten the shields on the Marines sadly, and surprisingly isn't just dropping in and pushing in the natural and winning. I mean, there's enough units to like overwhelm. There's now Widow Mines which are potentially keeping him alive, but a double drop on the left, a good idea. Crown branching out and looking to finish this game. Mass Command Center is going down on Crown's side of the map as well. And Crown is in a dominant position. RuFF is looking so bloody screwed in this game. The Marines come in. No, it doesn't even cancel the command center. Okay, what's he got now? Okay, so he's got 3 BCs. He's still doubling down on BC production, the mad lad. He's having to use supply drops because he's supply blocked right now. His Widow Mines run past, and he actually sieges behind the army, so he's going to try and catch the reinforce. No, he's going to teleport across the map. Okay, so 2 BCs dive. This is actually a trap over here. I don't know if that's going to work out, though. Oh, he's going to kill a few SCVs. His planetary is still taking damage. It looks like only the Vikings and 1 Marine Marauder are going to come home. The Widow Mine's repositioned. Oh, if they stayed there, it might have actually been better. But, oh, big boobs do take out most of those Vikings. The battlecruiser is going to turn and fight. 2 Yamatos go down. Teleport. No, he's already used it to get over to this side of the map. But the battlecruiser will take out every single Viking. Nicely done by RuFF. He actually kills all the Vikings. He only loses 1 BC there. That was a really good trade for him. Remember, he is still mining in the top left. He's got 2-2 air upgrades now kicked in against just +1 air attack for Crown. And, oh, the Widow Mines are recharging. Crown's coming home. He's sending the Marines back to try and deal with this. He stims to come back. He's like, oh shit, I'm losing workers. No. Oh my god, this 1 BC is just totally toying with him. It keeps luring his army back into that. There is 4 starports building Vikings, though. As much as that puts RuFF in a position where he's actually killed some units, killed a lot of workers, Crown still has a 4th base up. Still has these 2 command centers. As long as Crown just makes orbitals, he'll be good. Oh, the BCs come in and take those siege tanks out. This base actually survives. So he survives on 4 base, and he's up 20 workers, and he's got a lot of 2-2 air. So I think Crown needs to rebuild the SCVs, put those back on mining and fix this up. Crown, oh, no, don't do that. Don't stim Marines into Widow Mines. Okay, he's going to try and just sacrifice some Widow Mines, but of course, Marines and Widow Mines having the same range, and RuFF just unburrows and moves them. Watch out. Oh, there is a Raven there. Okay, a big hit on the Raven in the medevac, but not losing any more units. Crown has control over his side of the map again. and he is building mass Viking right now. The only thing he's really missing, of course, is those double armory upgrades. I think after losing all that mining on this base, he kind of did miss that a little bit. As long as he transfers workers back over, though, he should be good. I think Crown is a little shocked that RuFF is just continuing to mass BCs and even making 3-3 upgrades. Wow. I mean, once you get even upgrades with the Marines, especially because those Marines... Oh, no, they do have shields now. He did remember shields. They will do really well against them now. +1 armor and +2 ship weapons is on the way, which will help the Vikings out. But I think for now, Crown's really got to watch out for the run-bys. I mean, you think turrets are good? Not against that many BCs. They can just walk over those missile turrets. No fucks given. And right now, the supply is very similar. A Marine tank army should find this command center. I'm not sure who's scanning where right now. Looks like RuFF is the one scanning this base. And here we go. He's going to dive on forwards, just taking those missile turrets out. As I said, they don't have the building armor. They don't have high-sec auto-tracking. Marines and Vikings are trying to come over. He's got to watch out for the interference matrix as that... Oh, he uses anti-armor missile, in fact, allowing the Marines and the Vikings to do bonus damage. One of those BCs disappears so quickly, but the rest quickly teleport out. A very intelligent reaction from RuFF to just run away, do not fight. The anti-armor missile, of course, massively boosting both the Vikings and the Marines' damage. And this keeps this base alive because he pulled the army home. So RuFF's going to start setting up Widow Mine traps on the map. He's got 2 tanks covering his production. He's making his own high-sec auto-tracking and just mass battle cruisers. He's on 8 right now. There's still tanks and marauders and things building for Crown. I think Crown really needs to keep that Viking count super high. I mean, right now, scanning ahead, seeing mass BC, I think Crown's got to be worried about having enough Viking supply. Only 12 Vikings versus 8 BCs. And the upgrades are massively ahead right now. 3 upgrade advantage, but the Marines stim in. That mineral line goes down. Oh no, RuFF, don't run your SCVs into the Marines. Ouch. Ooh, big mistake there by RuFF, and a lot more stuck behind the mineral line as well. +1 armor, +2 ship weapons are going to kick in a moment though, and that's really going to help out Crown. Crown has a single Marine in there that's picking off SCVs, but inching closer to the planetary. Not a very wise Marine. And oh, here we go. Interference matrix goes down. Watch out for the Widow Mines, though. Crown, oh my god. He keeps trying to set up these Widow Mine baits. If the Vikings move into those, because they clump so much and they're such fragile units, they really do get wrecked by Widow Mine Splash. Thor Splash is not bad. Widow Mine Splash is devastating, though. Now, 2-1 upgrades kicking in for the Vikings, but 3-3 is about to kick in for the BCs. And remember, there's not a lot of Raven energy to deal with that. Only 1 Raven being built at a time here. RuFF turns around and goes for the mass Yamato. How many battle cruisers does he lose for that? 1 goes down, 2 battle cruisers do fall, but he killed a bunch of Vikings there. I still think a good trade for Crown. And most importantly, Crown's keeping that battle cruiser count a little bit lower. But Crown, what I'm worried about is the fact that he's building tanks right now. If I was Crown, I would have a small squad of Marine tank for killing bases, and everything else would be like Viking Raven. And I would be, admittedly, in a lot of trouble if RuFF swaps into ground mech, which he's adding a little bit of, tanks and mines right now, that I'd be so afraid of those 3-3 BCs. Wisely, though, Crown starts +2 armor, +3 air attack. Crown is still in a very good position. As long as those 56 Marines don't get hit by Widow Mines in a big clump, it's going to be really hard for RuFF just to defend his bases. And right now, 11 battle cruisers on the map. Honestly, man, that's 15 Vikings, over 50 Marines. Oh, Crown stims in, but the Widow Mines, do they get burrowed? They do, but they don't get any actual shots off. Their siege tanks are all going down in the open. This is a really good fight for Crown, I think. The Marines need to get over there and help those Vikings, though. The Vikings need to get kiting. Get kiting, Crown. You can't stand your ground against battle cruisers. You got to move and shoot. But, oh, no. There's just too many battle cruisers, dude. It's 2-1 versus 3-3 upgrades. Crown's army just gets annihilated. He doesn't have enough anti-air in there. The Marines, too many of those were attacking buildings, and they took a lot of bruising from the tanks and so on. RuFF just going to rebuild, keep building battle cruisers, and that's all he's doing. And behind this, 7 Vikings come out for Crown, but Crown's also got to keep building the Ravens. It's the interference matrices which have shut down the harassment. They've punished RuFF whenever he overstays. RuFF repairs and teleports on the production. The mad lad, he's just going to go for it. It's an 11 battle cruiser all in attack on the production. He says, if I give you a minute or two, I know you're going to use that economy to rebuild a giant Viking fleet, but right now you're not ready. There's a lot of Marines here. He does Yamato 1 or 2 of the Vikings, but the Marines are starting to get gunned down. The Vikings just dying. They're not able to stand their ground. The 3-2 upgrades aren't finished. He has a 3 upgrade advantage and gets a funny strat, well played. Good guy Crown takes that one in stride. I cannot believe it. I mean, RuFF almost stupidly kept committing to battle cruisers, but the Widow Mine baits made it work. GG, well played, RuFF, you absolute wizard.